Okay, so my name is Julie Heert. I'm with the Animal Communication Collective, and I'm so excited to have all of you join us tonight. This is a cause well, first of all, the animal pad is a cause that's near and dear to our heart. And then we saw all the doodles come through on Instagram, and that really kicked us as well. So we wanted to make sure that we did something to help them in particular, and also just keep the whole story top of mind because of all the what they've gone through, what the animal pad's gone through, and just learning from it as well. So we're really excited to be able to do this event. At this point, though, I'm just going to turn things over to Lauren from the Animal Pad to talk through a number of different things that are happening this evening.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, everybody. It's so good to see everyone. I'm really excited for this. As most of you here know, who have been involved in this, but some of you may not, this has been an ongoing thing that has consumed our lives for months at this point. It now feels like it's winding down, and this is a perfect time for this because these dogs have been given opportunity to decompress in the best way, in the best homes. And it's not something we could have done any earlier, I feel. But just a little bit of background on the Doodle situation that happened. This was a woman who was banned from breeding here in the US, moved to Mexico to continue the operation. Got way in over her head. She had been in Mexico for about a year and a half, and there were over 100 dogs at this house. And by the time we got involved to help, smaller rescues had already pulled like 1 to maybe 10 dogs at a time. And when we got there, she was not looking to accept any other support. It was basically just, you guys can take the dogs that aren't going to sell for me, that I think are weird. And I had to develop a relationship with this woman, which was very bizarre and weird and felt very dirty because she's against everything that we stand for and believe in. But our ultimate goal was to be able to get all of the dogs away from her. And that's exactly what we did, which was a crazy feat in itself. But we had one day, basically a few hours to, once we knew that she was in custody, to rush down and get all these dogs. And it was like the Wild West. We were wrangling them. If you met these dogs early on, a lot of you had to actually, go through this yourselves because they were not leash trained. They were feral dogs, a lot of them. And so first, we just want to thank everybody for doing what you've done for them, because the most amazing people came out of the woodworks for these dogs, and they needed it. And we couldn't have done it without you guys. We would have had them housed here, and they would be sitting without people welcoming them home, opening up to them, having them open up to them, give them the first amount of trust and love that they've ever felt. Most of the dogs, she told us she had never even touched, the ones that were severely matted, the ones that were extremely stressed out. So it's just amazing. I'm super proud of what we've been able to accomplish as a rescue, but it wouldn't have happened without all of you. So I'm so grateful too. And I know I speak for the whole team when I say that. So that's a little bit about the story. And I'm excited to hear a little bit more from the dogs today, kind of about what their experience was, because there are still so many questions. I want to thank everyone for being here, but I also want to thank Dexter's Deli, and we are going to hear from them now too. They have been huge supporters of ours and just super cool partners. And so they did a little special thing where the first, I believe, 20 tickets received a gift card. And we're just really appreciative because they sell the best of the best. And a lot of these dogs were trying to win their affection through treats and food and things like that to get them to trust us. So this was huge and helpful. And I know I took home one of the Doodles who is deaf and partially blind. She was the only true special needs one there, even though they all had special needs of their own. But going to Dexter's Deli and picking up some of the finest treats is a lot of how I got through to her and how I have been able to communicate with her. So I want to welcome Dexter's Deli and see if they want to say a few little words, and then we'll jump back into other stuff.
Oh, Thanks for having us, Lauren. My name is Margaret. I'm the holistic educator at Dexter's. And, we love to be every pet's favorite neighborhood store. And we specialize in natural foods because wellness is really our core goal for all the dogs and cats that come in. And that's not just about physical wellness, it's about emotional wellness and happiness too. And we've always referred people to animal communicators. And there might be some folks on the call today who might have come to one of our live animal communicator fundraisers. We had a few of those over the years that were hugely popular. And people came away with a really a great new respect and understanding for this modality of care. So very happy to help you guys out with those gift cards, and really looking forward to today and the future for all these guys, all these dogs.
That's awesome. And then Julie, did you want to say a few things right now, or should I just jump in and talk a little bit about the tickets and then you guys can just roll with it?
Yeah, you can either you go ahead, and we also want to give a shout out to We Love Doggos too.
Yes, absolutely. That was next on my list. I see Jessie here from We Love Doggos, and we actually just went and did a vaccine mission with them in Ensenada on Tuesday of this last week. They have supported us. We're a new partnership and we're super excited about it. They've been able to support us. Oh, Terry's here too. Hey, both of you. Yeah, they've been able to support us a lot in a short amount of time. And they sponsored a whole vaccine day where we went to the streets of Ensenada and vaccinated dogs that otherwise would never receive medical care. So that was a really cool thing that they recently did for us. They also purchased tickets for some of their fans for this event as well. So we definitely appreciate you guys. And if you want to say a little thing about what you do too, you're more
Yeah. Can you guys hear me? Thumbs up. I got the best job on the planet. I get to give all day, every day. And We Love Doggos is a charity, and it's 5,000 dog lovers who get together through Jess and I. There's Jess, she's our charity coordinator, and we literally find the most worthy causes in the United States of America to support. So we're representing 5,000 people who are members of something called the Hero Club. And then beyond that, we have, well, some of the largest Facebook dog groups on the planet, the largest Husky lovers group, 186,000 members. We have 120,000 Chihuahua lovers. And it's just this big community of love that they didn't have an ability to go out and make a difference individually. So collectively, we can come, take our resources. And then the other thing is, like, we just want to be there. Because Jess and I, we just want to be. So we loaded up the van and went to Ensenada, and 14 hours later came back with just life-changing stories. And you guys are amazing, and we're going to be friends a long, long time. And our job is simply to help the animal pad succeed. We want nothing in return besides happy, healthy dogs. The more we can get, the better. So thank you, Lauren.
Thank you guys so much. Yeah, and we have fully felt that. It's been awesome, and I'm excited for future stuff too, but we really appreciate you guys being here and supporting this as well. And then last couple of things, if you do have your camera on, then just know that you are consenting to, this is recorded. So you're basically giving permission to, for us to share this and for your face to be seen. So just something to state. If you have a doodle and friend that's going to be getting a reading today, do leave your camera on if possible so that the readers can find you for your reading. And then the last little thing before we get started, is that we have raffle tickets that are available for purchase. We had some of them sold earlier, but we're also going to be doing additional ticket selling until the 5th reading. So they will come on and they will say last chance for tickets. And we're just Venmoing at the animal pad. Karina, can you remind us how much the tickets actually are? I do know that I will do at the end of the event is when we plan on announcing everybody, and ACC has donated 4 half-hour readings. So that's basically what you're striving for at the end. And so, Karina, can you remind us of the actual ticket costs though?
Yeah, and they just put it in the chat as well. It's $5 for one ticket and then 3 for 10.
Okay, awesome.
$10, $5 for one.
Perfect. So as we get going and you see how cool the experience is, if you want to buy tickets because you're interested in getting the reading, feel free to do that. And then that's in the chat and it's at the Animal Pad on Venmo. Also for Dexter's Deli, we're so appreciative that they donated the 20 gift cards for $20 each. And that was for the first 20 tickets sold. If you won one of those and you're not local, you can definitely donate it back to us where it will be used for a good cause. But yeah, that's all I've got. And we're really excited to get started. So thank you guys.
All right, cool. Yeah, we are so excited to get started too. So there are 5 of us here from the Animal Communication Collective, which is a group of women. I'm going to allow our wonderful founder, Karen Dundee-Smith, to tell you a little bit more about what we do, who we are and what we do.
Great. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, everybody, for coming. This is a really special event, very dear to our hearts. The Animal Pad is very dear to our hearts. So we're so glad to be back doing this. And it's really thanks to Julie, who saw the story in the news and was like, we have to help. And that was it. We all rallied together. So we're so thrilled to be here tonight. And so yes, I am the founder of the Animal Communication Collective. We've been together now for a couple of years. There are 30 plus members, 30 plus professionally certified animal communicators. And by that, I mean, we have all been through a very rigorous training that took us over a year in school to get through. And we have been tested and our intuition has been developed and we have been tested. Now that to say, like, how does this work? We all have a sixth sense. We all have all the different, you've heard the word clairs before. I'm not going to go through all of those, but we all have these extra senses. I like to equate it to doing sit-ups. We all have stomach muscles. Some of us don't like doing sit-ups, so we can do 10. And some of us really like exercising. We get to about 100. So it's very similar to that. We all have the capacity to be intuitive, and we all know that we have had those senses happen to us, even in our natural lives. You know when a friend is going to call you and all of a sudden the phone rings. You're thinking of someone and you realize, oh wow, they haven't been feeling well. It's the same thing the way that animals communicate. They actually have honed this way better than us in that they communicate telepathically all the time. It's how they sense the changes in the weather. It's how they know when mom and dad are coming home from work. It's how they know one of their brothers or sisters is not feeling well when they start harboring around them. So they send messages through sensing and feeling and sending pictures, feelings, and waves of emotion toward each other and offer it to each other. And then the other one chooses to receive it. So in that way, we've learned to do the same thing, which is lightening up our vibration and getting into a lighter space where we are open to receiving and we are offering information to them in a way that they can digest and they respect that we are respecting the way that they communicate. And so there becomes this energetic connection of sharing that starts to happen. And so during the readings, you might see us get really quiet or close our eyes, or I know I kind of look to the side because we're listening. And so it's really a cool thing to start to hone in on and see how it works. So that's kind of how it happens, and we're really excited to share that with you this evening.
Cool. Thanks, Karen. Monica, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm Monica Klein. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. And when Karen put together this group, we all met at the Animal Communication School. I was just like, yes, I want to be a part of this.
Awesome. Thanks. I'm so glad you're here, Monica. Louise, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm Louise McQueen. Hi, everybody. I didn't even know animal communication was a thing until I was in my 40s and read about it. And then once I was able to make some connections, I couldn't stop. So I had to polish up my skills. And here I am, and very grateful to be using it for such an excellent cause.
Well, thanks. And Karen, where are you sitting?
Oh yes, I'm in Boston, Massachusetts. I forgot to say that, and also I also want to say that these very talented communicators that are here tonight all have different additional backgrounds. I have a background in Qigong and Chinese medical energy medicine, and I also teach Qigong and do energy work and soul level intuitive coaching, which is spirit guide coaching for people as well. So you'll see we have very well-rounded backgrounds as well in more of the what we'll call the intuitive working realm.
Yeah. And so like for me, for example, I'm actually sitting in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and I too am a soul level animal communicator and soul level intuitive coach. And I have a background in marketing and advertising. So like Louise, I didn't stumble onto this until I had a dog that was sick, and then somebody suggested I learn how to do it myself. So we are all capable of doing this. It's really, really fun. Let's see, we've introduced everybody. We've talked a little bit about who we are. So now we're going to talk about what to expect from the readings this evening. Usually in an event like this, a fundraising event, we'll choose intuitively from the audience, but because we're really focusing on the doodles this evening, we've got some people that have the doodles in their care lined up and we're going to have conversations with just the doodles tonight. But here's what we're going to ask those people when it's time for us to connect in with the animal that they're caring for. We're going to ask you for the animal's name, gender. We know it's a dog. We also know that they're alive. So those are the 4 pieces of information. So their name and their gender, in addition to the fact that we know that they're a dog and they're alive. But we'll also need to get your question. What is it that you want to know of the doodle that is in your care? And we will ask that question for you. We're going to do this in tag teams. So at first it's going to be myself and Karen, and then we're going to turn it over to Karen and Monica and so on and so forth. So you hear from all of us, but 2 of us are going to talk to an animal at one time. Those are the 5 things we need to know up front, although 2 we kind of already know. And that's how things are going to go. And they're going to go kind of fast. We're trying to get as many doodles in as we possibly can before I'm on the Eastern time zone. So before 8:30, 5:30 y'all's time in California. So we're going to go as fast as we can, but try to get at least a really good piece of information about their personality. And we're also going to get an answer to the question that you've asked. So did I miss anything, Karen?
No, I think you've got it. So yeah, just a reminder to anyone who we might be reading to please keep your camera on so we can actually see you when it comes to your turn.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Here we go. So Karen and I are going to read first. Let's see. I was really looking at earlier. Now I've lost her. Okay. So I'll find her later. We'll talk to her later. Letitia, are you ready for your conversation? Oh, you have to unmute yourself, Letitia.
Okay. Better?
Okay. Yeah.
Hi, thank you so much for this opportunity.
Yeah, it's our pleasure. Thank you for doing this with us. What's the name of the doodle? I'm assuming what's the name of the doodle that you have?
Her name is Mama Ritz. I have her puppy here with me. Do you need me to take him out of the room?
No, not at all. Nope. Okay. So Mama Ritz, clearly female, right?
Yes.
Okay. What question do you have for Mama?
I didn't know I had to have a question, so I'm not prepared for that. I can tell you what right now what we are working on is the separation from her puppies. Her puppies were adopted about 2 weeks ago, and we decided to adopt one of them. So she's really, we have gained a lot this week. We've really been working with my own 2 dogs, and things are going really, really well. As can be expected.
Yeah, so let me stop you there, Letitia. If we ask the question of what can we do to support, what you can do to support Mama Ritz as the separation of her puppies, is that what you're looking to understand?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
And the reason why we stop you, Letitia, is because the less we know, except for the name and the question, the more we're going to get Mama Ritz's perspective, which may not be the same as a human perspective on the situation,
of course,
right? So we try not to layer our human story until we're done. Then you can tell us whatever you want.
Okay, sounds great.
Okay.
So first we're going to connect in with Mama Ritz and just get a
Okay.
little sense of her personality, and then we'll go to the question. Okay.
Okay.
So as I connect in with Mama Ritz, she actually shows me a very large sunflower. I mean, really big and really bright. Like the color, the yellow and the oranges that are on it are, they're extraordinary. They're extremely vibrant. And I feel very much like through the core of my body, the stem, and that I'm very much attached to the earth, which knowing that she gave birth, that to some degree, that makes sense to me.
Mhm.
But oh my goodness, I see. She's using the sunflower as a metaphor because of all the seeds that are in the flower and that how it nurtures others going forward. She's very much about the nurturing going forward, taking care of others going forward. Yeah, go ahead, Karen.
So I just want to say, as you were saying that, Julie, it's just to show, like we get things in different ways, but it means the same. I was writing down here about her. I don't know if you can see that little note.
Oh.
Huge heart. She came in with the hugest heart and a lot of hope. And also saying that she has been holding space and love for all. It has been like a big deal for her in her situation to have been holding space and love for all. So it's her nature to nurture is kind of what she's
Yes,
making me feel. So she's got a very big heart. So it is a really important question that you're asking, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm going to move on to the question. I just want to also say that this cord, that I felt through my cord, this feeding of all, of more, clearly the seeds, but also this giving of herself for others too, is very much, she very much puts everybody else in front of herself, is what I'm hearing her say.
Yeah.
As far as supporting her, when I asking her, what can Letitia do to support you through the separation from your puppies? I hear her say, can we have a little time together to grieve? There's a little grief is what I'm feeling at the separation and the loss. I hear from her, I absolutely understand my puppies were ready to go. It's time for them to go forth. And I'm really proud of them is what I hear her say. I need a little time to grieve, but she wants to grieve with everyone in the household. That's what I'm hearing, Karen.
And I agree with you, Julie. She also said, ask me first. Talk to me about it first. Tell me where my babies are going. Explain who they're going to, and so that I feel included. You'll sense her approval because she's showing me like her body will relax a little bit.
Yeah.
So as
her puppies.
So as you're talking to her about it, and you're finding the right people for her puppies, I know you're keeping one of them, but just honor her by telling her about where they're going.
Okay. So if it's already happened, they've already gone.
So talk to her about where they've gone, who those people are, and confirm that she understands and that you understand that she wanted confirmation and some honoring in the process.
Of course, yeah.
Wonderful. Does that help answer your question, Letitia?
I think so. That's probably what we need to do first before she's able to, start considering herself and how she wants to take care of, how we can help take care of her as she's ready for her next transition into her next family.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
She's beautiful. She's got a big heart.
She is. She's an amazing girl. Amazing.
Yeah. And so do you. Thank you for taking her, caring for her.
Yeah. Okay, Karen.
All right. So the next person, I was being drawn to, where is she? Is Ashley here? Is there Ashley here? Did she not come? Is she here?
She was here.
I'm here.
Where are you, Miss Ashley? Will you raise your hand for me?
I have a red jacket on. I don't know if that helps.
Oh, there you are. Okay, you were on the second page. Let me bring you.
Okay.
Let me bring you up here to the front. Fabulous. Ashley, are you ready for us to talk to your doodle?
I am.
All right, awesome.
So
tell us.
he's a male and his name is Marshall. And what other information was I supposed to give?
What is kind of the one question you would like to find out from him? Do you have a question that you really want to find out from him or understand more about him?
It's more of like a hope, I guess. I don't know how to put it into a question.
Okay.
I'm hoping in the near future we can bring a baby into the family, and I want to know, I guess, how to support him through that. If he'll be okay with that, or
A
how to
human
handle
baby or another
Like-
puppy baby?
a human baby. Sorry, a human baby.
You just never know in this world.
Well, it could be both. Could be both.
So we want to know how to help Marshall prepare for and be supported when a human baby comes into the family.
Yes.
So we'll ask him what we need to know about that from his perspective.
Okay.
Does that make sense, Julie? Oh, wait, no, I'm working with Monica now. Monica?
Yes.
Monica, does that
You're
make
working
sense
with
to
me.
you?
I'm here. It makes sense to me.
Hey, hi, Monica. Okay. All right. So let's just take a minute and get to know
Okay.
Marshall. If you're getting something, that's fine, Monica, or I can go. It's up to you.
Sure. So I see Marshall coming in like one little paw at a time, just a little tiny bit, and then kind of pushing another paw out, and then kind of moving himself forward with this sweetest heart, this sweetest feeling. And immediately, when you were talking about the baby, there's a song from an old TV show, He's My Best Friend, and it shows this little boy and this puppy running along together. You're probably too young to know the exact what I'm talking about, but it was just very excited, and I just see this like heart-to-heart connection with a small child and Marshall. But he just seems a little tepid right now, kind of just coming in slow, a little just getting to know this place, but it's I have this feeling of kind of like I'm peeking out and like, wow, this is really cool. What's over here? Okay, maybe I don't want to check it out yet, but very curious. Karen?
Okay. So it's interesting. I got similar information that when he first came in, his energy came in before him, but it was almost like he was trying to test out the space. You know how I was talking about initially how animals kind of sense with their energy what's in front of them? I actually felt like his energy was out in front of him in a way to like sense what's going on before he completely enters and allows himself to be completely present. I don't know if that makes sense to you, Ashley, but it's like Monica was also saying, he's still a little bit tentative and maybe a little bit unsure of himself and new surroundings. So he really feels to me like he's using a little beacon to check it all out before he inserts himself completely. Does that resonate to you about him?
It does. He's a little skittish.
Yeah.
Still, but
Yeah.
a lot better than when we first got him.
Yeah. It doesn't feel like hyper anxiety. It just feels like a little carefulness about things. Like he's just still not 100% sure yet.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if there's anything else we need to know about that as we check in about the baby.
Oh, so when you said, let's see if there's anything else, I felt the need for space. There's times where he feels like a little smothered, and he's like, whoa, just give me a second. Like, I need some space. Kind of like, I don't know if this makes sense, you're just pulling your own energy back. and just
Mhm.
allowing him to be, just be present with him and just observe him and just be present. Like, let's just sit here, the two of us. You be you, I be me.
Okay.
And he did show me liking having his space, like his bed, his stuff. It
Okay.
Makes him feel more secure to know he's got like his bed, and he's actually showing me something that has like a wall behind it so that he's not in the middle of everything. He likes being able to
Mhm.
go to the side and feel protected and be able to check out the perimeter energetically when he's sitting and calming himself.
Okay.
And I don't know if he
Is
actually wears a jacket or a shirt or something, but he's showing me like feeling like something to just hug his chest a little bit to make him not feel so open. Does this make sense to you?
I mean, we're in Portland, Portland, Oregon, so it rains a lot. So he has like a little raincoat that he wears on walks.
Does he like it?
I think
Yeah,
so.
because
I
I
guess.
think he's showing me he wouldn't mind like wearing something just like really soft, like a little overshirt or a little snuggy huggy thingy while he's even in the house sometimes.
Okay.
You could test it out and see if he likes it. But he was showing it to me like just something soft against his shoulders and right here.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Yeah. Shall we ask about the baby, Monica?
Yeah, let's see if I get anything else. I immediately heard that song and so wow. I just feel so emotional. And I hear like small like me. There's something like he would be so excited about a little baby. I just see all this love, and he feels like he could help take care of the baby. Um, I see him like circling the baby, and just there's a lot of emotional. Um, I almost feel an attachment already to this to this baby. So yeah, Karen, do you have anything else?
You know, when I showed him the baby in my mind, I sent him a picture of the baby and with you, Ashley, and I don't know who your husband or partner is, but just like the two of you showing him the baby. And he
Mhm.
looked up at both of you and said, "Is this a present for me?" So he really, I think what he's showing me is he really wants to be included in, like, he and you and your husband, like the three of you are bringing home the baby.
Okay.
Not like, oh my God, Marshall, be careful of the baby, but Marshall, help us with your baby.
Okay.
Right. So to include him in it, and also bringing home the smell of the baby on a blanket or something before the baby actually comes home, and literally talking to him like we're talking right now about, we're bringing home a friend for you. We're bringing home a baby for you to help us take care of. We're bringing home your brother or your sister so that you can love them with us. So really having a conversation like that, because when you do, the pictures in your head are going to be very inclusive. And that's what he actually cares about, is what I'm picking up.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you guys.
again,
Sorry, go ahead.
for everyone to realize that when we talk and we talk to the animals or tell them or have those pictures in our head, that's what they're seeing, they're getting it.
Yeah.
So even if you don't feel like you communicate with animals, you do.
Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it.
You're so welcome. He's such a sweetie. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
He is sweet.
Yeah.
He's a sweet boy.
Yeah. Okay, Monica, you're up.
Oh, okay. I'm not great with names. Is it Paola? How do you say your name? Could you
You
unmute?
said it perfectly, actually.
Ah,
Yes.
Paola?
Yes, Paola.
Okay.
I'm so excited. Thank you for doing this.
Oh, you're welcome. Okay, and I'm reading with Louise.
Okay, so I have Lulu Bird. She's a female. And the one question I have is, what would help you to feel safer around others other than myself?
Okay. So Lulu Bird.
Lulu bird, yes.
Okay. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so just give Louise and I a second here. Wow, so when I tap into her, she's showing me the cute, like she's got this little parasol and she's kind of hiding behind it. But then when she warms up, she's almost doing a little song, a little dance, showing me that she does like the attention, but she does need that warming up, that she's a little slow to her personality is just coming out in little tiny bits right now because she's not feeling that safe. But let me see. And Louise, if you want to add in anything right now.
Sure, sure. When Lulu Bird comes into my space, I feel a real fluttering in my chest, and it's a mixture of wow, crazy excitement and a little bit of nerves. Like I'm really excited that this is my life, and I'm also a little bit nervous about it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. But I also understand that she, just like Monica said, she really does want the attention and she's excited about it, but she's still a little bit unsure.
And I felt that fluttering too. She really likes the name Lulu Bird. And it is that like fluttering. And I hear I'm getting my wings. She's getting her wings. Let's see. Okay, Lulu Bird, is there anything else you'd like to share right now? I feel a lot of gratitude in my heart, and I also see a clock, which is normally my symbol for time. I just need some time.
Okay. And I'll just add one last thing about her personality. She shows herself being very playful and running around in a circle and chasing her tail, and just having a lot of fun with that. And I have a knowing that that's her personality that is on its way out. She's a very playful girl inside. And once she warms up, she's going to be really a lot more playful and friendly and more outgoing.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that feels spot on. Okay, so the question is, what would help Lulu Bird feel more comfortable around other people?
Yes.
Okay. So the first image I get is that little child when they're just clinging to their mother's leg, kind of hiding behind it and just barely peeking out. I almost hear this like, don't leave me with strangers right now. She's just getting comfortable with you. And okay, so she's taking her clues off of your energy. So if you bring someone in, if you can try to just take some deep breaths and remain calm and just show her with your energy, like it's okay, we're safe, and just she's so sensitive to your energy that if you're projecting, oh, she's going to be nervous, she's going to pick up on that. So the calmer you can stay, the easier it'll be for her.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Go ahead, Monica.
Okay, Louise. No, go ahead.
Okay. She shows me herself a big distance away from new people coming in. And I'm having a knowing that she would really like to observe the people that she's going to be around in a safe space where she doesn't have to interact with them. And just like Monica said, she'll feel secure around you and your good energy around it, but she really wants to be able to know what she's dealing with before she has to interact with anybody.
That's fair. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and she's just adding, so so if there's someone coming over who wants to meet her, let her know what's going to happen, as much, if you have a day or so notice, say, so and so's coming over to meet you. They're my good friend. We've known each other. And if you feel like coming out, but let it be her choice.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else, Louise?
I do not have anything else.
Okay.
So if you're all set, Monica, I will remind everyone that this is your last chance to get raffle tickets. The link is in the chat. So if you want raffle tickets, now's the time.
Oh, one more thing. She says that you're giving her some type of treat and she'd like more of them. Those little treats. She's like, wait, more treats.
Okay, thank you.
Love that. Love that. All right. If we're all set, I guess we'll move on, and I'll now be reading with Julie. And I am drawn to Erica. Is Erica around? And that's, I think, Erica behind Lauren.
Yep. Very cool. Good.
Yeah.
Right. Hi, Erica. So please tell us the name of your animal, the gender, and your question.
So I'm Allie. Her name was Erica and we changed it to Evie. It's okay.
Sorry.
All the names. Okay.
So many names. So her name is Evie now.
Edie.
And she's a female.
Okay.
And I think the question is how to make her feel more safe and as loved as possible. I want her to be the happiest girl in the world, and what I can do to make that happen.
Awesome. Okay.
And Allie, how do you spell Edie? Just Edie or a special way?
Eevee, like the Pokemon. So Eevee.
Oh, I also do not play Pokemon. Okay, Evie. Gotcha. Okay, thanks. Louise, I wanted to ask, do you think the question can be, how can Allie support you to feel more at home?
Yeah.
Sure. I had written, how can Allie make you feel safe and loved? So, yeah, make you feel more. How would you like that, Allie? Which do you like better?
Yeah, how to make her feel safe and loved.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to connect in with Evie. So right away, Allie, Evie comes into my energetic space and she's like doing the belly crawl. She's really kind of slinking in, and I have a knowing that she's feeling kind of wary of her new situation. Yeah, wait a minute. Yeah, so she's investigating, but she's doing it very cautiously. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And as I begin to see her too, I do see that too. And I get pulled from my left eye, like I'm doing this, like I'm looking at everything side eye wise. At the same time though, my body feels like I have a hard time controlling it. It feels like I'm a teenager or something, and I'm growing into it and I can't quite control my limbs as much as I would like to. I don't know if that makes sense to you.
I guess she does have some weird instincts. She's a fear biter. So sometimes I feel like she doesn't have that much control over herself.
Okay.
But she's really, really fearful.
Okay. Yeah. She seemed, the first word she gave to me was she's goofy. That's the first word she actually gave me. And then then she was showing me this out of the side eye. And then I just felt like I'm a gangly teenager was the phrase she used, and had a hard time like trying to stop and move forward and all these, like just couldn't quite control how she wanted to move her body.
She's very goofy like that, especially when she's very goofy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for sure. And I hear the phrase desperately wants to be loved and affectionate and touched, but she doesn't really know how to receive that kind of attention. She wants it, but she doesn't know how to go about that.
Yeah. Yeah, she's very much, she can receive it from me, but not very much from other people. She's still pretty fearful, but she does want love for sure.
Yeah. Julie, are you ready to move to the question?
I am. Yep.
Okay, so let's ask Evie, how can Allie help you feel safe and loved? So Allie, she shows herself kind of rolling over with her belly up next to you. She's actually touching you when she does this, and she just loves more of the snuggling and the attention, and she just craves that.
That's what she does every night and every morning in bed with me, for sure. That's crazy. Yeah. That does make her very happy.
And when I ask her the question, it's interesting because what it feels like to me is when I ask her the question is, I actually feel like I want to move to a more quiet place. And then she starts playing what I call spa music, or chill music. She is playing that really soft and really low. And she actually would like the lights to come down a little softer. The way it feels to me right now is, well, I've got a light in my face and it feels too bright all of a sudden. And then I just hear this kind of really smooth music in the background just to kind of calm things down. And I hear her say less people for a while, just allow me to kind of, and I hear her say decompress, which I know you guys have been talking about them decompressing, but I just need a little bit more decompressing. But I also feel like if people grab my paws or want to touch me or come really close, my sense of space is much bigger than normal, is what I'm hearing her say. And so if you come into my space faster, there's like she says, like, it triggers me. The other thing I feel is like I just have a little bit of sensory overload still. Like my ears are still super sharp. My eyes are still like really sensitive to light. Does any of that make sense?
Yeah. If anyone comes up too quick, she just immediately draws back. Like she definitely needs her space unless she walks up and wants someone, if she wants attention, and they go about it the right way, she's into it. But yeah, she does have a different sense of space. She needs more of it for sure. And we always have. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, when you were saying that, she was showing me what you do, and you even had your head go like this to her, like you move, you don't make eye contact. She appreciates that.
Okay.
Yeah, very much.
Okay, good.
I also got the same thing about the low lighting and her again being pressed up against you. Like that's how she feels most secure. And that feeling of security is helping her to grow her confidence. So that, again, just like Julie said, that quiet, that sort of low lighting, I get the low lighting also, and that connection with you is going to continue to make her feel more confident.
Okay, that's wonderful. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah. The last thing I'll just say is she wanted me to tell you, Allie, just be her voice. So if someone's coming at her or someone's coming near her, you're like, hey, the more you can be the person to stand up for her. She shows me you with a megaphone. Like the more you do that for her, the more she's like, oh, I can trust is what I hear.
Yeah, absolutely. I will definitely do that for her.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you for sharing her with us.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, Monica, are you ready?
Yes, now that I am muted, that would be helpful.
Cool. All right, so I just have to say, let's see, I believe it's Jennifer, but it's really Michael Schindler who's got the Bernie in the middle of the screen this whole entire time.
Yeah, William and Jennifer.
William and Jennifer, okay.
Hey, this is Harvey. He is male, obviously. And our question would be, what is the most significant event since we got him, or what is the most enjoyable moment for him since we've adopted him?
Okay. Okay, are you ready, Monica?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I just have to tell you that when you said his name and then asked the question, my whole body feels like it wants to be one big wiggle. My legs even feel like they just want to move like noodles is what I'm hearing him say. Does that make sense to you?
It does. He's a wiggler.
Okay.
He's got, when he gets excited, his tail wiggle. I mean, he goes into figure eights and really is joyful and jumps around.
Okay, cool. Monica, are you getting anything you want to share real quick?
He is a soul that, like, when he embraces the moment, he's like all in. His body is wiggling. I see his tongue licking, like he just wants to totally take it all in. Does that make sense?
It does.
Did he come with the name Harvey?
No, he was Ozzy before this.
Oh, that's okay. I did have that note because he loves the name.
Yes.
But Harvey's like when you said the name, I'm like, oh my God, Harvey. Like he just loves the name. The other thing I have to ask you is, has he had ice cream? And I asked that because when Monica said about licking people, I heard him immediately say ice cream. I love ice cream.
He's had more, he hasn't really had ice cream, but he's had puppuccinos, which he loves.
Okay. Big fan. Okay.
Yeah.
Monica, go ahead.
Yeah. It's for him, the changing of the name was like you said, the most you were saying the most enjoyable, but before you use enjoyable, I don't know what to use, monumental, but he's saying monumental is what he's saying. The changing of his name for him, and I'm getting chills. It was the end of his old life, this new beginning. He left everything behind and he's totally in the moment. He's almost enjoying, like he's enjoying what he's doing right now. He's one of the things he's here to work with you with is being in the moment and taking everything in. He's so excited to take in all these new experiences and then share them the way he can, with wiggling or licking, or he's really quite amazing.
And when as far as the name goes, so when you were talking, Monica, he was showing me, like when you've seen cartoon movies, particularly about dogs that get rescued, and they're like, I have a home and my people, like he's all about that as soon as he got the name. And he's even like, this carpet that I'm laying on, oh my God, this is like this carpet. So every single little thing.
Yes.
So to answer your question, he's saying there isn't one like monumental thing, like everything, every day, every little thing is absolute joy and pleasure, is what he's saying. I hope does that make sense?
It does. He, one of our favorite things is he's got a smile, and he sort of lights up. Even we have different mirrors in the house, and he'll sit in front of the mirror and actually smile at himself. And, we love it when he does that.
You watch him, he's like almost teaching lessons all the time. Like when he's mirroring behaviors, he's saying, look at yourself, appreciate yourself. He wants everyone to look at themselves and be like, wow, look at that, I'm kind of amazing, or look at this. And he's just so about, like, he's all in right now. He's like, hey, I'm chilling here, I'm just totally in, loving the contact with the earth, loving where he's being. Yeah, he is. He's a lot of joy and a lot of just so loving all these new things he gets to do.
Do you mind if we ask one more question too? We adopted his son, who is actually a doodle, and his son's about 14 weeks old. And so we were just wondering how he feels about having his son, who is right on cue, going through the camera. but we were wondering how he's feeling about having his son now in his life too.
So I hear him say, the more the merrier. And I hear him say, I'm just so excited to share. Well, I hear him say, I'm so excited to share this with him. And I'm also so grateful that he doesn't have to go through all the things I went through and that we get to be here on the best carpet ever together. Monica, are you getting this?
Yeah, I'm getting pretty much the same thing. He wants to let his son explore, so he's given him like a long leash, I should say. And he really likes seeing how the puppy is smelling new things too. And I feel this connection between the two. He's very, very content with that his son's with him.
Yeah. Does that answer your questions, William and Jennifer?
Yeah, it does. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you. And thanks for leaving him on screen because he's gorgeous. All right, before I hand it over to Louise and Karen, I just want to make sure that everybody knows that the raffle sales are now closed. So thank you to everybody who purchased raffle tickets, and we'll announce the winners at the end of all of this. Okay, guys, take it away.
Okay. Is Annalise here? Yay. Can you?
Yeah, hi.
Hi, what is the name of your animal and gender, please?
So I have Olaf. He's a boy. I don't know if it matters, but he is much like your last reading. He is not a doodle. He's a Great Pyrenees. And I guess my question is there anything that he needs that I'm not giving him to help him become more comfortable coming in the home, knowing that he can be at home here?
Okay. Okay, so we could just ask him, what else could you provide for him to make him feel most comfortable? Does that work?
Okay.
Okay.
Works.
All right.
Works.
Let me
Okay.
connect with Olaf.
Okay, Olaf, let's see what you have to say, Mr. Handsome. I don't know why I had to say that, but I do. Immediately, I'm like, I need to call him Mr. Handsome. Okay.
So as Olaf comes into my space, he comes in like a big lumbering bear. He's just got a heavy step, and he's just either he's a big dog or he's a big presence. I feel like he's a big personality. Does that make sense? Okay, let's see what else.
It's interesting for me. I mean, I know what a great peer looks like, but he comes, and I've known many great peers, but he comes in with all this bigness in his body, but I feel like energetically, he's kind of like, he's a little bit hiding inside himself. Just a little bit like wrapped up in there. Like this big padding he likes, it's like a big protection for him in some ways, the big body and all that fur. And when I look at a picture of him, when he shows me a picture of his energy, I feel like, if this is his head and I feel like he's backed himself up a little bit into his body, away from the front of his body. Like he's kind of standing behind himself. Does this make sense? Does this resonating with you, Annalise?
Yeah. He's very fearful of people and still of me, and yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the energy in him has backed up, and it kind of feels to me like if you were, this is gonna get a little woo-woo out there on you, not that this isn't woo enough. Okay, just saying. There's something, he could actually use some sort of like acupuncture energy treatment that opens up his heart chakra and his throat chakra, because I feel like he's afraid to, he's kind of afraid to say anything, because I feel like in his past he wasn't allowed to. And so he backed away from having his own feelings a little bit I feel like to protect himself in some way. So opening up his heart chakra and his throat chakra for him and kind of letting him know he's safe and he's home. If you open those two up, I feel like they will flood into his kind of that solar plexus and make him feel more like connected and rooted and safe as it opens up through his whole body. But he could use some Reiki or chakra balancing or something to like ground the flow in his body from an emotional perspective.
Okay. Okay. That resonated a lot just because like I was even talking with my friend Sarah here is like, he's not even done with his meal and my other dogs will kind of come up and he'll just be like, that's fine. You can eat all my meal. And it's like, no, you can't let them have your meal.
Right. So he's afraid to have a voice and he's afraid to trust that it's safe for him to have a voice. There's something around that topic for him. And because it's showing up that way in your household, it would be interesting for you to just think about what that represents, even for yourself or in your household, because our animals come and some of these situations are like soul level lessons for us as humans. They are either mirroring or modeling something. And I think there's resonance here with him and something. So just kind of being open to that and looking at it from the human perspective too might be helpful.
Okay.
Louise, how are you picking that up?
Yeah, I am picking up something very, very similar in that his big body, and Karen said this too, that in his big body, he's not as big and brave and as he wishes he was. And so he's, hold on, let me get it just the way he gave it to me. So he's aware of this about himself, and he's feeling like he really would like to be able to kind of come out of his shell a little bit more. And I hear the word consistency. And so I have a knowing that having a regular routine and lots of consistency in his life is going to be very, very helpful for him. He likes to know what to expect. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when we do that, same schedule every day, same patterns. Yeah.
And so I asked, was there anything else that they can do to help you with this? And one of the things that came through is his feeling of wondering what he needs to accomplish. I think he's wondering what his job is, or if there's something that you can find for him to do where it's celebrated, or he gets to feel like job well done, that he's achieved and done a task really well for you in a way, so that he gets the praise and the appreciation for having done something, not just getting loved and being a good boy, but like actually doing something. I don't know what that doing something is. There may be some research you can do with great peers on what do great peers like to do as jobs. But there's something, it doesn't have to be big, but there just needs to be something. I feel like he's showing me like I to earn kind of his respect of himself is the way it's coming across. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm also getting that he would like enough time to do the things he needs to do without interference from anyone else. Like he just needs to be able to take his time so that he understands what he's doing and feels more confident in it. For example, the feeding thing, right? He wants to have plenty of time to be able to eat because, you know, as you said, he'll just hand over his, sure, you can have my food. So if he can be allowed time to finish his meal before everyone comes in, he would really appreciate that.
We can do that. We can do that.
He's really a big sweetie. I mean, there's a big sweetheart in there that just needs a little time and support to help energetically bloom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. And we're still getting to where, like, he doesn't come up to me yet, but he will let out his little goofy side in the morning.
He really wants to.
Okay.
Do you see him staring at you sometimes, kind of like with the eyes? Like he's really he wants to, but he's just not sure. You'll see him staring at you. Like,
okay,
I want to. She's a sweet pea. Oh, what a sweetie. Oh,
thank you
for
guys.
sharing him with us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. All right. So, Julie, it's back to you and me.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it your turn to choose or is it my turn to
It's
pick the next
it.
person?
I have it as yours.
Okay. Awesome. Sarah. Sarah?
Mhm.
Hey, where's Sarah? Hi, Sarah.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Good. So my doodle is a male and his now name is Teddy.
Teddy. Oh, Teddy. Teddy bear.
Oh.
All right. So just give us a second to connect him with Teddy. And actually, what is the question you have for him? Do you have something you'd like us to ask him?
I do. Obviously, what's most important for me is for him to feel safe. I just want to know if he feels safe. Like, are you okay? Are you good? That's my question.
Okay. Julie, does that feel good that asking it that way? Or I'm wondering if that's more of like a yes or no question versus if we open it up a little bit, we might get more from him. So
so sometimes he does, I don't know if he's protective of me because sometimes he does show a little aggression.
Okay.
Does he feel like he needs to protect me or?
Okay.
I don't know. That's one thing I've always wondered when he does show that.
So maybe we ask him, what do we need to know about his, how do we want to word this, Julie? What do we need to know about his protective?
About his behavior with Sarah around others?
Yeah, so not with people because he's petrified of people. Just other dogs, yeah.
Okay. So what do we need to know about his behavior
around other dogs? That way we're not prejudging it. We're just asking him what he wants us to know.
Yeah. When Sarah's there, it sounds like. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Great.
Okay, Teddy. Okay, what are you picking up, Julie?
So it's really interesting because what's interesting to me is I tend to be an optimist. So he's using some of that optimism that I have, I feel, and wanting to say, it's okay, yeah, happy. At the same time, though, I feel like I'm a ghost of myself. I don't feel like I'm fully in my body or I'm fully present or I'm not actually letting you see everything. Does that make sense to you, Karen, or even to Sarah too?
I have to say, Julie, even before you say anything, Sarah, when I first connected with, it was really weird. When I first connected with him, I almost felt like I had a tension headache. And then I started to move away from myself. I was like, don't go, stay with us, Teddy, stay with us. But he started almost like floating away just to make himself feel safe in his energy.
Yeah.
But I did start immediately when I first connected with him, I felt like I had a sharp tension headache first.
Yeah, I had that too, but I thought it was something else. So yes. Yeah. And I feel like feel like when I talked about being a ghost, like I feel like I'm trying to bring him closer ever so gently, but he doesn't really want to show me everything. At first he started off that optimist, like, no, it's okay. And then really I couldn't see much more than that.
I'm going to just invite him in a different way to share something about himself. So I'm just going to kind of show him that we're all sitting back and he can share whatever he wants about himself that is important for you to know.
When you said that, Karen, I heard the word food and I actually saw my hand fill with food and hand it to him. And then he started to come to me and I actually heard him go, yum.
He loves food.
Okay.
it's so funny when I ask him, just tell me a little bit more about yourself. He makes me feel like there's something about him where he feels like he's backed up against a wall for some reason. Like he really feels like he's backed up against a wall in some ways.
Yeah,
I usually don't ask this, but can you tell me how old he is?
From what I understand, he's anywhere between 1 and 3. So he's young.
Okay. Oh, okay. I had to ask that because he presented himself as old, not old, but like 7, 8 years old. And I asked him about why are you showing me yourself so old? And it came across like I don't feel like in myself, it was like a knowing of never having been able to just have fun as a puppy.
Yeah.
There's something like that free-for-all puppy stuff that turns a dog into a happy, confident dog when they get older. I feel like he never got the chance to have. I don't know if this makes any sense to you, Sarah, does it?
Every time someone kind of sees him or comes around him, everybody's like, he's not 1 or he's not 2, he's not even 3. Like, he's older, he's a lot older. And I always tell them, well, the vets looked at his teeth and he's a young puppy. He's young.
Yeah.
But everybody gets the same vibe from him. Like, he's an older sir.
I see that too, Karen. It's when as you were describing it, he shows me a picture of like an older human that lives isolated and at home and doesn't have doesn't have a lot of comfort to go out. It doesn't make him feel comfortable to go out. That's how he's showing me, he's like an older human. The other thing, though, that when I keep food in my hand, and yes, this is all psychic and metaphysical, but when I keep food in my hand and I ask him, it's interesting because his this ghost dog thing is happening where his personality will talk to me with the food in the hand, but I can feel like it distracts him. The food distracts him. So the fearful part stays over here, but I can get to him if I have food in my hand. And I was asking him, what do you like to do? What's more about your personality? And I see him playing and running and having fun. I see very happy, wants to explore all the things that you would think a dog would have as long as there's food over here, because this part is really drawing him, this fearful part, it keeps drawing him back.
Yep. And so I asked him, what will help you come back into your body? And I saw the sniffing thing too. Like there's something going on around his young development and not being allowed. I get the feeling from him is that he was held at bay from being like a puppy and a dog that got to play and run and sniff and learn about being a dog. Yeah. And so there's something about maybe one-on-one sniffery time, or teaching him sniffing games where there's no one else around so that he can start to have some fun without being afraid that it's going to be shut down. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally. That's crazy because I've made it a point to kind of take him on his own and go. I have a really big park near my home, and we go and we kind of go around the trail. And every time he wants to stop and sniff, we stop 100 billion times, but I make it a point to let him sniff around because I know that it gets them tired. So that way he's not like, nervous.
But he also is stimulating his brain in a way that he didn't get to have when he was a baby. And if he's really enjoying the sniffing, there may be something to look into around like
nose work. It's called nose work.
Yeah, nose work, because it may build his confidence back up in a way to use what he already enjoys, which is what Julie was talking about, which is the sniffing and the finding of the food.
Okay.
And getting to celebrate that might start to bring him back into his body as a dog, because he seems to be separating dog from only when he's sniffing and eating.
Okay.
Yeah. And the other thing he was suggesting to me, which, well, two things, Karen was alluding to it. Dr. Karen Becker talks about sniffaries. So that's exactly what you're doing. He loves them. The other thing with the food is all different kinds of food that there's so many that dogs can eat, but using that too as a way to open up that or create that connection is the food and what other kinds of food he can smell and ultimately taste to help him with that, bringing that ghost in with himself, if that makes sense.
That does.
And actually in his case, if there's someone that you really trust that's very soft and gentle that could do some acupuncture with him, he almost needs he needs his spirit points rebalanced in his energy fields. He needs to like bring his spirit back into his body because he kind of stepped out of it for a while when he was so young. So just to reconnect his spirit to his physicality with some acupuncture from somebody who really understands that would probably be really helpful for him.
I'll definitely look into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to just say too, real quick, Sarah, he adores you.
Yeah.
There was a couple of times when he put his head up next to you, right, on camera, and all I could feel from him was undying adoration. Just you are the bee's knees is what I hear him say.
Yeah.
He's so grateful. He's just so grateful.
My husband laughs because he'll follow me into the bathroom and he's just like, he will just not let you go to the bathroom. So I kind of have to like, just give me 5 minutes. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Yeah. I hear him say you're an anchor for him.
Yeah.
So he's very grateful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome.
He's a sweetie. So sending lots of love to you and Teddy. He's a sweetie.
Thank you.
And I think we covered everything that you needed for now. Did we, Sarah?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Welcome. Thank you. So I think we have time for one quick reading, Monica and Luis, and then we'll wrap up and do raffle winners.
Okay, I see Ashley, but I don't think they're on camera.
Ashley got read. I think if Lauren's able to, she was the last one, I think.
And and we had Lauren. Do we have Lauren, fairy dog mother with Chum? Did we do that?
I'm here. Sorry, I'm trying to start video. I'm at our facility and the shift is starting for the care team, so it's a little hectic. But did everybody else get read the whole list? Okay, cool. Well, I mean, I have Chum. She's right here. She is female. She is the special needs doodle from the group. Oh, Fifi. And basically for her, she is deaf and partially blind.
So yeah, so just
don't tell us anymore.
Oh,
less
okay.
we know, the better.
That's my question. So maybe I shouldn't, but
no, yeah, so what's your question?
okay, yeah. So my question is, because she does have those special needs, how if I'm doing an okay job, what can I be doing better to kind of be able to communicate with her? Because there was definitely a lag there at the beginning, and I feel like we're making some progress, but like what I can do to just make her feel more understood, I guess.
Okay, so female Chum live, and how can Lauren and Chum communicate better together?
Yeah, that sounds good.
That feel good, Louise?
Feels good.
All right.
All right.
It's she is so cute. The first thing she said was, I can smell love. I can smell love, and that's Lauren.
That makes me really happy.
And that being said, she tracks your energy. She's showing me like a tracker, like in a jungle, who's trying to find things, and she's showing me that she uses I feel a lot of electricity around my body, She's very sensitive to even like air movement. She's really sensitive. It's almost like she showed me a picture of like a dolphin with that like echo that goes out. Like she sends out senses, some sensory thing. She gets a lot of information from her environment.
Yeah, I'm getting the same thing, Monica, if this is a good place for me to jump in. Initially, I get the sense of everything swirling around me, like there's a lot going on around me, and she can sense all of that stuff. Feels it in her body. And then the next thing I feel as her, as a hand on me. And I have a knowing that it is your hand, and that she you use that to get her attention, and she really appreciates that. That makes sense?
Totally. Yeah, and I'm feeling like that makes me happy to hear about the smelling of the love specifically, because obviously her nose is what leads her in everything. And when she smells that it's me, she has a different reaction than with most people. So I do feel that she feels that, it's mom basically. So, and that's sweet.
Yeah, she definitely feels that connection. And is she mostly at the animal pad? You
No,
take her home, right?
Yeah, she's in my house. She's just here today because she was getting her hair done.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's showing me that like when she's there, she's almost trying to like track all these different smells and all these different animals. So when she's showing me when she prefers, at least for now, like when she's home and there's not so much, because she almost feels like she's got to track everything.
Yeah, and I'm anxious when she's here too, because I feel like I have to track her. So I'm sure on that.
Yeah, and that's part of it, because she's really in tune with your energy. So when you're calm, it really lets her muscles relax. I feel it totally, like I see you at home, and when you're both relaxed, her whole body, her muscles relax. And she even actually is showing me she goes into a deeper sleep.
Cool. Perfect.
And she's saying that being able to go into that deeper sleep is allowing her body to heal. She's showing me that she's felt more energetic, and she feels like she's getting stronger day by day. And yeah, she's definitely showing me that it's the rest and being able to go into that deep sleep and not having to be on alert has been she is just so grateful for that.
That's sweet. I love that.
I'm getting the same thing, Monica. I am showing her more relaxed at home. Not that there's not plenty of activity at home, because there is a lot of activity at home. She's showing that quite clearly, but it's a different sense. She's comfortable with that activity, and she kind of appreciates it. It feels like it's her, it's her group and her pack. And so she feels very comfortable with that.
That's how I feel. Should she stay?
Yeah.
I know. I feel like she's just my foster dog, but she has integrated very well with everyone for sure.
Yeah.
I think she has different plans.
She does.
She does. She's trying to make us. There's already Lena on the call, like, let's co-adopt her. And I'm like, okay. But no, she's a great dog. This is so cool, because that's how I kind of feel too. But she is, the world's different to her. So sometimes I don't understand if I'm reading her exactly right. But this is like how I feel she would answer. So that's really cool.
She's saying you're more intuitive than you give yourself credit for. And she really wants you to work on that. She does, and she's saying she can teach you.
I believe it too. She's taught me a lot already. So
yeah, so she's here to teach you how to use different senses, because that's how she gets along in the world, using different senses. And she's saying that you're not using a lot of your other senses to the fullest, and it's time.
Yeah, I love that. That's really cool to hear.
Yeah, and she does feel like you're communicating with her very well for where you are, but I am also getting, yes, she needs to, she wants you to develop your other senses also, but she thinks you're doing a good job.
Okay, cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely love the just total like heart connection. And she's saying you've been together in past lives.
She's really trying to stay.
She is. She's a big salesperson.
She's pouring it on, right?
She is.
I feel it. Oh my gosh. This is very cool. Thank you guys so much.
Thanks, Monica and Louise. Thank you. All right, Lauren, do you want to, Karina, take us to the next part?
Karina's
Yeah, let's get those raffle tickets.
Yay.
Okay, so I do have a little special guest speaker here, Carrie, my guinea pig. So go ahead, Carrie. It's all on you. Hey everyone, it's me, Carrie, the guinea unicorn. I'm here to announce the raffle, opportunity drawing winners. The lovely ladies at the Animal Communicative Collective have generously donated 4 private readings. So let's go ahead and see who our winners are. Oh, am I going to be able to share screens? Sorry. Oh, am I going to be able to share the screen?
I don't think last time I didn't share the screen. We just did it and Honor systemed it.
But you can, lovely guinea pig. There you go.
Oh my goodness. I stand corrected. Good job.
Right, let's see if I can figure this out. Oops, I don't think I was supposed to click that one. Bear with me, I'm just a guinea pig. Here we go, this one that says win. So our first winner. Ooh, suspenseful. William Schindler. Woohoo! Congratulations. Our second winner. Ooh, round and round it goes. Aurora Cassidy. Thank you so much, Aurora. That's one of our community partners. Our third winner. Leola Osana. I hope I said the name as well as the other ladies did. Thank you so much. And our final winner. All right, well, thank you so much, everyone, especially the women at the Animal Communicative Collective for reaching out. Everybody wants to see her one more time, I'm sure. Thank you, ladies, so much. What an awesome event. It was really cool.
Yes.
Cool. All right, well, we wanted to say thanks to everybody for being here today. Thanks for helping all of us raise money for the animal pad as well as for the Doodles. Just a real quick note that if anybody here is interested in booking a private reading with any of the wonderful women that read tonight, we will donate 15% of the cost of that reading back to the animal pad until April 30th. So feel completely free to book additional readings. And again, all it does is it benefits the animal pad and the Doodles. And if you want to learn anything more about our organization, feel free to check us out at animalcommunicationcollective.com. And I think that's it for this evening. Lauren or Karina, do you want to say anything else?
Just thank you to you guys so much, the communicators, for being here and doing this for us. Like, doing this just for full profit for the rescue is amazing. We don't get a lot of opportunities like that. So this is very, very cool. And I hope everyone enjoyed it. I was like off in the background listening to all of them and like, I know that dog and that's true. So like, it was cool for me to hear it all. So I hope it was cool for everybody, but thank you guys so much, seriously. And thank you guys for being here too and supporting us.
Thank you, Dexter, Zoe, and We Love Doggos.
Yes. Thank you guys so much. Everybody that's been a part of this thing has been awesome.
Wonderful. Thanks, everybody. Have a wonderful evening. Hope to see you soon. Take care.
Thank you so much.
Bye.